This video is going to be a little lengthy. I'm going to leave majority of the edits in this. I'm not going to edit this video too much because right now a long video, a lengthy video is kind of it right now. If you do not like long videos, then I suggest you go ahead and click out the video now. But if you like long videos and you want to see long videos in the current state that the whole world is in right now, I'm pretty sure we can all use a little something to keep us occupied. You know, things just has went left. We're going to get into that a little bit more as we go. You know, I'm very spiritual and I do believe that we're gonna be okay. You know, we're gonna be okay. Don't stress about it. Don't let the anxiety get to you. You know, don't get depressed over this situation. It's not something the world haven't experienced before. We've been in, you know, a recession before and we got through it just fine. So we're gonna get through it again. So have faith. Definitely have faith. Keep your faith in God. You know, there's a reason for everything and there's a reason why we're going through this. So just keep that in mind. You know what I mean? But anyways, let's go ahead and at least do skincare. I'm letting y'all know right now. I'm gonna be talking. Like I said, it's gonna be a long video. So just bear in mind, like I might be talking about things and kind of stopping just to, you know, get my point across on certain situations that I may be discussing in this video. So just, you know, get some popcorn if it's late at night, or if it's the morning time, get your cup of coffee, make you some breakfast, and sit down and watch me beat my face. I do have some new shit I want to get into, like I have a couple of new palettes I haven't tried out yet, haven't even touched them. At the most probably just swatch them. So I want to get into some new shit. So this is definitely going to be trying out new makeup in this video. Some things you guys already have seen before if you're familiar with watching my YouTube or my makeup tutorials. So yeah, but anyways, let's go ahead and get into it because I already been rambling. 5 minutes in, not too bad though. Let's start with moisturizer and then we'll go ahead and get into the serum. So I have talked about this brand before in my skincare video. Like I said, if you haven't seen it, I will have that link down below. It's the 1-1 Skin Cryo, what's it called? In my skincare video. And then we're just gonna take some of this and just moisturize our face. This is a moisturizer I really have been loving at the current moment. I'm telling y'all right now though, when this goes out, when I run out of this, I ain't re-upping on this, period. That's on period, because this shit is too expensive, okay? $120 for a moisturizer, that's ridiculous. I actually got that in one of my Ipsy or my BoxyCharm. It was Ipsy, one of my Ipsy bags. And I like it, don't get me wrong, I love it. Like, it's a really good moisturizer, but I would never in this lifetime ever pay $120 for no motherfucking moisturizer. You got me effed up, okay? It's too much. It's too much, sis. It's too much, okay? This situation haven't put me in like no depression or anything, and I haven't, I want to say, yeah, I have been a little bit scared. But, you know, like I said, I keep my faith in God that everything's going to be okay. And we're going to make it out of this, period. You know? Okay, so now that we got the moisturizer on, let's go ahead and jump into serum. I'm using the Juice Beauty Stem Cellular Anti-Wrinkle Booster Serum. I have talked about this serum in my skincare video as well. This is another one that I have been liking. I also got this in, I want to say BoxyCharm and Ipsy. It's always those two. Those two be the plug. I'm really going to focus this right here in the T-zone because this is where I get the most dryness. Or this is the area where I'm really dry. So I really try to focus it. This smells so good. It smells like a spa. This is a really expensive serum as well. So when I run out of that, I ain't re-upping on that. I actually want to try the Ole Henriksen serum. I just re-up on the skincare, like the facial wash, the scrub. I also just recently purchased the full bottle of the Fat Glow facial. If you watch my skincare video, you know what I'm talking about, how I had this little travel size and tried it out and was like, oh, I like this. So I definitely want to wanted to get the full size on that. it's been a while since I've done an actual sit down chatty video. In the beginning, I used to always do them, and then I kind of went over to do voiceovers. I kind of bounce between the two, but since we have the time, it's like, you know what, why not take advantage and just get behind the camera and film? You know, this gives you opportunity for time to fly by. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube, I would definitely say start it now. I'm gonna take this Touch in Sol No Poreblem primer to prime the face. I've been loving this as well. Some of these are kind of my favorite. I'm definitely doing a lot of favorites in this video. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to label this video, because I'm definitely using some products I really have been loving. I'm really focused this in the T-zone again, because this is where I have the most pores, and I really want to cancel these out. If you guys see me looking this way, I do have my mirror like right beside me right here. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit closer though, because we're gonna get detailed in this video, okay? I also have my screen up here at the top, so if you guys catch me looking up as well, I do have my little viewfinder. I'm using that as well for a mirror, just to let you guys know. But yeah, you know what's crazy? Before we found out about the COVID-19 or the coronavirus, I actually had got really sick, but right before it actually came to the surface and been, you know, pretty much dropped on us as something that's going on. And it was bad. Like, it was a really, really bad cold. But mostly I had a fever. The fever was really kicking my ass. And not only did I get sick, but my whole family got sick as well. My dad got sick, my mom got sick, and prior before that, my sister's family got sick. My niece was really sick. She actually ended up in the hospital. My nephew was sick. My sister was sick. She actually got it from working in the hospital. So I don't know who gave it to her, but obviously, you know, being in the hospital, you're really more at risk. So she got sick. Originally she got sick, and then it kind of like domino affected, and then like everyone around her was getting sick. But it was bad though. My dad was complaining about chest problems when he was sick. You know, thank God it was just regular cold. Now thinking about it, thank God it was regular cold. But yeah, we was all sick, and I still had a residual cough for about 2-3 weeks. I literally just got over it, feeling 100%. Thank God, you know, everything going on, you know. So I was really happy about that. But for the most part, yeah, like, it's crazy what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are dying from this. But like I said, we're gonna get through it, period. This stuff I had bought before we got put into quarantine. So I really haven't been into makeup like that, or haven't been wearing makeup like that. And honestly, I really am not a makeup, like, I love to play in makeup, but I don't like to wear makeup. Does that make sense? So I would definitely say I'm more of a collector kind of person. Like, I like to collect the makeup, but I don't really wear the makeup. I do wear it time to time. You know, when I go out, hang out, I do wear it. But for the most part, 90% of the time, I'm not wearing makeup. So there's a few palettes that I did purchase. Right now, at this point, you know, the world that we're living in today, you know, I can't get into the palettes and wear it, because we ain't got nowhere to go, you know. But I definitely say this is a time to just try to stay busy in the house for the most part, you know, play some games. I'm a homebody in general. I love being at home, but it just hits different when you're forced to be home, you know what I mean? So it's like, why not just play with some makeup? Always start with eyes first. Even if it's just a natural makeup look, I always start with eyes first. I don't know why I do it that way, but I just that's how I do it. So we're gonna start with eyes first, and then we'll go into skincare. We're going to face. My face routine is pretty much the same. There's no new foundations I've been testing out. I have went back to my old but goodie Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is actually a foundation I use when I go to work. I needed something that wasn't expensive because okay, you know what I mean, like, anybody trying to be wasting a good foundation at work, you know, period. So I did get that for work. but that's the only thing that's different. I still use my Too Faced. I like have so many choices. Okay, so I bought this palette. You guys seen my Euphoria inspired makeup look, and I had used the first one. This is launch 3. This is volume 3. So I do have this palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This palette, shade range. This is so freaking pretty. And then I also have the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is the palette volume 2 by Morphe. With this palette, you're not really able to create many shades. And I know it's like, what the hell are you talking about with all these shades? But I feel like you're kind of stuck with pinks and purples. This one is just as pretty. I don't know which one I want to play with. This one's, you know, let's play with the Jaclyn Hill. And then, because I'm gonna film again, like, we're about to be just dropping videos, okay? Because, you know, I got the time and I be bored. I'm tired of watching Netflix. Right now I'm on iZombie if you're looking for recommendations. I'm tired of Netflix. I've been like stalking YouTube before the virus dropped. When the virus first dropped, nobody was really dropping videos, and now everybody's just dropping videos left and right. But I will say, during this situation though, like, the whole world is healing. And, you know, I did notice that. So like I said, everything happens for a reason. So it could be the reason why they were going through this. I'm just trying to be positive and look at it at a different kind of angle. You know, with the whole situation, it's just like the world is healing. So I definitely got to be conscious about that. So we're going to go on with primer. I have talked about this primer. This is the OG but a goodie. We're going to use this primer today. I don't know what kind of look I'm going with. I have no idea. Let's get a concealer brush though. I'm going to go with the Alamar concealer brush. The way I apply my, the way that I apply my eye base now has kind of changed. So I'm going to show you guys. Cheers. I will say though, it has been really nice though. Just chilling. I'm a worker for sure. My whole family is. So we're not used to just sitting around the house like just chilling. It kind of feels weird, but kind of a blessing at the same time. Go from here. Right dab, slap dab in the center. Yeah, close. So when I used to put on my base, I used to just dab it on there and then just blend it out with my beauty blender. But I kind of changed things up a little bit. I switched things up because I really liked the way this looked. And we just talk about how my nails have been looking like shitty. And then I got like an ingrown toenail. So it's like, if I don't get that right, if I don't keep my feet right, that shit be cutting me. Like, it be cutting my toes. Like, it be cutting, like, when I put shoes on, it be hurting, bitch. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, I need this whole situation to just be on shutdown, because I need it to be over with. Because I'm trying to go back to getting my nails done. I'm trying to go back to, mainly my feet. Like, you know, there's times on y'all seen me on here with no nails, and it's fine. Like, I'm not, I mean, I love nails. I'm big on nails. I would normally always have my nails done, but it's like not my nails. Like, I don't care about my nails really. I really don't. Although I did polish them, they look like crap. I don't like them. Like, this hand look good. We're not gonna get super close because y'all don't want to see how bad they look. Like, from far away, good. You feel me? Like, they look good. But up close, it's just like a hot mess. So I actually have bought some oh, it's dry right here. I have bought some clip-on little press-on nails. So I'm gonna do one eye first, and then we'll go ahead and do the base for the other eye. I just like to focus on one eye first because it tends to crease up really fast. I definitely want to use these jewels. I have used them before in a previous video. I definitely want to play with these. And I like how it has the purple pink holographic type of feel. So these shades up here are not exactly neutrals. after swatching them right now, they're more on the pink side. We're gonna take the shade right here called Perfectionist, this one right here, this guy, and we're gonna use that as a transition. It is more on the pink side. I'm also not gonna set this base. I know that I was really good at setting bases, but I kind of like how the foundation, I kind of like how the eyeshadow applies a lot better when you don't set it. Focus this really right here, and let's see what this palette is all about. Jaclyn was saying that this palette is supposed to really be like the original palette. I'm gonna tell you guys, as you guys saw from the beginning on how I feel about the palette. I do think it is a gorgeous palette. Did I need the palette? No. But like I said, I'm a collector of palettes. So I felt because I had her first launch, which I love that palette. That palette is a shit. And I do have her Vault collection. And I know that was not the greatest, that didn't get the greatest reviews, but I did purchase it. I feel like I just had to. And even to this day, I still use her palettes, the Vault collection. I'm just scared, and like before I apply it, I pray to the makeup gods that I don't fuck up my makeup. But for the most part, I do use them. So when she had dropped this one, I was like, okay, bitch, like this palette is really pretty. Like, and I was like, do I need it? Because I did purchase the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palettes, the volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3. So I was like, okay, like you're doing too much, calm the fuck down, like you do not need this palette. But I was like, hey, get that motherfucking palette if you want that palette. Like, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy it anyway because I think it's a beautiful palette. And when she said that it was similar to the original palette from her first launch, I was like, okay, like I have to get it because I really like that palette as well. So like I said, the transition shades are a little I don't want to say on the deceptive, I don't want to say they're not true to their color, but yeah, they're not true to color. They're not true to their color. You're thinking, when you think nudes, you think of nude, like, you know what I mean? Like, at least to me, like when I think of nudes, I think of flesh tone colors that warm, like not on the cool side but on the warm side, like the warm nudes, you know. But these are not. These are all, each one that I swatched had a pink undertone. I wish that it was more on the nude side, but I'm not mad at it. I just wish it was more on the warm sides and, you know, not the cool side. But that blended out beautifully, and I like the pigmentation. I'm not struggling with it. I do like that as well. It does have hella kickback in the pan, but I'm not against that. Oh, bitch, I was about to do my second eye. That's because when I'm normally doing my makeup, I just go ahead and do both bases and I just knock out both eyes at once. But I wanted to kind of switch things up. So let's grab another brush. I think I want one that's a little bit smaller. I'm sorry, guys. That brush was the JS... That was the JS12. Morphe Jeffree Star brush, like that small kind of tapered brush. Let's go ahead and go with the Morphe Jeffree Star brush again. This one's the JS13. It's just a little bit smaller because I really want to get detailed with this because we are going to do a cut crease. So let's see. We're going to go into this shade right here called G Money. Now this was more on the brown side of the family than the cool tone side of the family, so more on the warm side. But I didn't want to use this shade because it was too dark. Right underneath that. When I originally place an eyeshadow, I always try to make sure I place it where I want the most pigment when I first place the eyeshadow down, because I feel like that's when the brush has its most kind of what am I trying to say? I feel like that's when the brush has the most product on it, is when you first initially dip it in. So when I first initially dip it in, tap off the excess. I like to really pay attention to where I want to place. That's so funny because I was saying in this video, I'm not gonna make it like I'm teaching. I'm not gonna do it. And yet here I am still acting like I'm teaching. It's a habit that's hard to break when you're a YouTuber and you do makeup. You know what I mean? So bear with me, okay? We're so close and personal. We have a zoom on this camera, so we getting close, bitch. So okay, so I really want this focus like right here, like mainly of the product right here in the middle. So I'm gonna start there first, and then what's left on the brush, I'm gonna blend that out. I'm gonna take this a little bit higher than I initially did because we blended out that pink pretty damn good, so we can definitely take this a little bit higher. When you're doing a cut crease, you definitely want to take it a little bit higher anyway, because you are going to be cutting it and you really want these shades to pop. So as you can see, like right around here, we already have the little fade of pink. Now transition always gets lost in the sauce for a reason, because we're layering and putting more product on the eyelids, so you tend to lose the transition. The whole point of the transition anyway is just so that you can have something to blend out the other colors. So I didn't take off the excess this time, so we're really going to build this up into the capacity, into the pigmentation that I wanted. So we really just gonna go in there, okay? So you see how you kind of lose the transition, which that's fine, you know. Ooh, that's really pretty. Okay, bitch. Jaclyn, let me find out you trying to revive yourself, girl. I'm here for it, okay? Let me find out. Okay, let me find out. You did that though. You did that though. Also, I'm obsessed with my little towel bow. I like really have an obsession with these. I literally went on Amazon and bought like a pack of like 6 of them. Love them. It's like a love-hate relationship with these. Like, it really is. I hope my camera is not focusing on the mirror. Go back into that transition shade because I said we kind of lost it, and I'm just gonna use this just to blend this out. It's so creamy, these shadows, that I really don't have to do too much as far as blending, which is really good. So if you're a beginner of makeup and you're trying to still learn how to blend, I would recommend this palette only because the blending on it is really good. Like, I'm not struggling to blend any of these shadows out. They're just naturally doing it. So you guys already know when it comes to applying eyeshadow, you tend to lose the pigmentation. So at this point, I'm just going in and really just like building these colors to my liking. We're gonna do a darker color. I definitely want to keep this. I want to use the black Temptress, but at the same time, I don't want to really make this look dark. Like, I don't want this to be a dark look. Like, I want to keep this very airy. You know what's crazy is, like, color is really my shit. Like, I noticed, like, I'm really not a dark kind of person as far as eyeshadows. Like, I don't really play in black. Like, I don't play in neutrals really in generally. Like, I would definitely say I lean more towards colors. But for this being a, I want to definitely keep this more on the airy side. So let's do hot pink. Let's do a hot pink instead of a black. Going to the shade right here called Hard On, and it's like this beautiful kind of hot pink kind of shade. The struggle is real when you be holding these big ass palettes. Coffee break. Okay, so we're gonna go in with the JH40. This one is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill. I mean, you know, we're already supporting my girl Jaclyn, so let's keep in things showy. And it's just a nice little detailed brush. So I definitely want to have control over this shade, so I'm gonna dip into Hard On. This shade is beautiful. My goodness. You see that, like that really bright hot pink? That's the real color right here. Oh, this is really pretty. We're gonna really bring this up. What's crazy is the way you blend it. When you blend it out, it kind of goes a little bit darker. I'm definitely making sure I kind of wing this out a little bit. I don't want too much of a wing. That's really pretty. This is really pretty. Okay. When you blend it out, it kind of like shifts color and turns into like a almost dark purple. Okay, so let's go back into G Money, which was like that kind of honey deep brown, and we're just gonna kind of like use that to blend out the harsh lines. I'm gonna take the JH34 by Morphe Jaclyn Hill, and I'm just gonna use this, just kind of blend out everything, because I feel like it really needs it. I need all these to marry each other like they about to go down the aisle, you feel me? It blended out like a purple. I mean, I'm not mad at it, it's just I never seen that before. That's cool. Now at this point, I'm just really building up the colors to my liking. Go back into the base that we use for the eyeshadow. Let's go ahead and cut it. I'm gonna start in the middle and lift my eye up. See where it stops, and then we're gonna cut it from here. Okay, so I like that. I know normally when you do a cut crease, people will say to take the eyeshadow off your lid first with makeup remover and then do the cut crease, but I don't mind the pink being down there because we're going to place the pink down anyway, so I don't mind it. You know what's crazy is when you put this palette against the camera, looking at it, everything's muted down, like everything's muted down, but in person the shadows are bright as fuck. Like all these shades, wait till I take pictures and you guys will see what I'm talking about, but it's super neon. Like my man right here, the shade that I'm about to go onto the top, it looks like a very muted orange, but it's not. It's like super bright orange. We're gonna go into that shade because that shade is low-key calling my name, so we're gonna ombre it as well. Like really ombre this. Ooh, 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 ooh. Y'all don't even see how bright this is though. Like it's crazy because the camera is not doing this palette justice. Like this is super bright because I really want this shade to be its true self. When you pack it on, it just makes everything a lot more intense. I'm glad I didn't do my face foundation first because look how much fallout's right there. I'm kind of just low-key freestyling this. I wanted to lean towards spring, so I'm really like trying to stick to the spring looks, bright neons. Yeah, I'm trying to think. And I'm trying to make sure I don't recreate the look that I did for my Euphoria inspired look. I will also have the link down in the description bar if you guys are interested and want to check out that video, because I really did a good ass job with nailing the Euphoria look. And also, I'm gonna need this quarantine to be over with because Euphoria is coming out with a season 2, and I got super geeked and excited, and then Drake was like, oh, it's been postponed, you know, it's on hold. And I'm like, fuck, it's because of this freaking quarantine. So yeah, this virus needs to go. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take, because I really want to play with this red. So we're gonna do Living My Best Life, which is this red right here. Not My Journey, which is this purple. We're gonna put that on the outer end. So we're gonna do Living My Best Life, and then we're gonna take this purple right here on the outer corner to give it some kind of like dimension. So we're gonna place, let's get another brush. The brush that I used to lay down that orange was the JH41. I have two. I have so many of these brushes. I think these brushes are so freaking good. So I'm going to take a clean one. Same brush I just used is JH41. I'm going to take Living My Best. I'm going to really snug that bitch up in there. We're going to go right over that orange. Packing Motions. Of course, Packing Motions. I want all these shades to be true to their color. I kind of started this video late too. I should have started it earlier because I really want to make sure I get some content for the gram. I haven't posted on Instagram in over a month, and I recently just did, like, I think yesterday, the past few days. So just check it out if you are already following me. Please show it some love. So I'm trying to make sure I get some. We're going to cover this over the orange because I want these two to marinate together and really love each other. Give me some love. Love each other like you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend. I really like how these two are marinating too. I feel like they really go good together, red and orange. I'm so glad I didn't do my face. Look at this fallout, bitch. So if you're wondering if the palette has fallout, yes, it has fallout. So we're gonna take the orange, we're gonna take the shade again. I'm gonna dip back into my man. Don't mess with my man. I really wanna be. Okay, no, shut up, you sound like shit. Okay, so back into that, and I'm literally just gonna take these two shades for the time being and marinate these two together so that they kind of make an ombre effect. I'm gonna also sweep it like this as well, so they can kind of like, there we go. Oh bitch, that looks good. That looks really good. I'm not struggling. I'm not struggling with these shades at all. Like, when I say these motherfuckers is like joining together, they are joining together. They are being boyfriend, girlfriend, BFFs, whatever you want to call it. I haven't struggled with any of these shadows whatsoever. No edits out, so you guys can truly see that I haven't been struggling. I'm going to really try to keep this from being so super edited, mainly because we ain't got shit to do, bro. We ain't got shit to do. Just whatever is left on the brush, just kind of like marrying the two, overlapping each other so that they blend better. I love how the shade has a little bit of reflex of sparkle in it. Living My Best, which is the red. I'm gonna take another JH41. Clearly, you guys, I love these brushes. I just feel like they just pack your makeup really good. I'm going right where that red meets. Oh my gosh, I almost dipped in the red talking about it. Okay, so right where that red meets. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this. Yes. And then whatever is left on the brush, I'm just gonna kind of going over the red. I'm also gonna take it and sweep it like this too. Dab it on. I feel like a cotton candy swirl. I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna be in my pajamas all day, every day, why not make it look cute? You feel me? I'm gonna also drag this out. I'm gonna drag it out far too, guys. Like, this is actually I'm going to kind of shape it into my eye shape that I'm trying to go for. So you guys know how I'm trying to wing this out. So I'm going to shape it into a wing. And then whatever is left, I'm just kind of going to stamp it into the red. I'm then going to go back into the red. You already know how it go. Like when you're kind of like marinating 2 or 3 shades together, you kind of have to really like fuck with all three of them. So if you go into the red, you got to make sure you stack the red back up, because when you are blending out, you tend, like I said, to lose the pigmentation. And just to really get that seamless blend, you kind of have to do this step. So if you're ever like having struggle trying to marinate colors, use a stamping motion like you see right here, and then just kind of like go over. I'm going to take the makeup remover towelettes by Neutrogena. I have talked about these before. Only makeup removers I use. And I'm going to clean this up. So this is the Wonder Beauty Trip for Two Blush and Bronzer Duo. So it looks like this. I got this in, I want to say, one of my Ipsy or BoxyCharm. So it comes with a blush, which I probably might use that bronzer is in the shade Tulum, which is really light, but I kind of am going for that. I don't really want no dark contours. This is the Complex Culture Press and Set bronzer brush. Okay, so it does have some tint to it. It's not as light. It's not as light as it looks on the skin. Bitch, I love when it's a good makeup day. I'm gonna go with the Too Faced one. The reason why I'm going with this one, because I feel like it will give me a nice pink finish. Put this highlight on. It's fine. I feel like it will actually flow really well. We're gonna go in with the highlight first, and then we'll go in with blush, so that I can take the blush and use that to blend out the highlight. This is the Beige Cosmetics number 4. I want one that's really gonna disperse this. Let me pick up my actual mirror so I can really pay attention to where I want to place this. So I'm really going to focus this close to get a little bit closer. A little bit closer. I really want to focus this right here in this section. And then we're going to bring it down. Smile. Bring it across. Ooh, bitch, that's pretty. I'm just going to stick to this that we use. We use the bronzer out of here when we was doing the face. So we use that shade for the bronzer, but I'm going to go ahead and use the blush as well in Daiquiri. Okay, let's go on with this one. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill. This is the JH04 brush. So it looks like this. Okay, so smile. Oh, oh, I put too much. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. You know, we're just gonna leave it. I'm gonna go into hard on right here, and then I'm gonna mix it out with my man, which is this bright orange. Okay. I'm going to take another Ataya Deluxe liner. This is in the shade Red. And what I'm going to do is put this in my waterline. I'm going to take the Eyewear London Vegas Nail Lashes. I got the 3-pack because I'm absolutely obsessed with these lashes. These is my go-to. I'm going to go into this shade right here called I'm In It, which is the most popular shade that everybody tends to lean towards because of the purple pink shift in it. And on this brush is a Luxie 111 mini flat angle. This is the perfect brush exactly for this area of the eye. Okay, so for lips, let's go on with LA Girl lip liner in the shade Toast. Is anybody else going through it? Like, Mine's is just my nails, but I can just imagine those that do eyelash extensions, nuggets, lasering, waxes. It's like y'all probably really going through it, huh? I'm going with MAC Cosmetics lipstick and Naturally Transformed. I'm gonna go on with the Artist Couture. This is an Uncensored 2.0 for some shine to the lips. I actually haven't used this yet, so this smells good. It smells like peppermints. Thank you ladies so much for taking the time out to watch my video. I truly appreciate it. This is the completed and final look. I love the way this came out. So pretty. Honestly, I love every look that I do, period. I'm gonna dive into the palette first and tell you guys what I think. So far the look came out beautiful. I love this, and this actually would have been really pretty if, you know, you was going to Coachella. Unfortunately Coachella got shut down, so I know it's such a bummer. This would definitely be a look that I would create if I was to go. So to talk about the palette first, the Jaclyn Hill Volume 3 palette. For starters, I don't think that this is a travel friendly palette. I would not travel with this unless this was the only palette that I was bringing, and only if this would fit in my makeup bag. Very kind of similar to her original palette, the white simple lettering, but just for aesthetically pleasing to the palette, I think it would have been really nice if she did add a mirror. I think it would have just made the palette just even more pretty than what it is. As far as the color ranges, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like for it to be a lot of colors or a lot of choices in this palette, I feel like this palette is kind of a one-hit miss. You can only create, I mean, you can dive into neutrals, you can dive into color. Yes, like the neutrals is there, the color is there. I feel like the neutrals was not really neutrals. I feel like it was more on the pink side, more so than warm tones. I feel it's more like cool tones. So that was the only thing that was a little bummer. I just wish these was true transition shades. Like the colors, as far as applying to my face, they were creamy, they were smooth. I had no difficulties, which was nice. I love the pigmentation on it. Like I said, all the colors together just joined really well. If you do have her Volume 1 palette, come with other shades that are not presented in the third launch, so you can really just gravitate back to this palette if you really want to get creative and add different kind of colors, like the aquamarine, the aqua colors down here, or maybe really dive into actual warm colors, because these are more on the warm side, the neutrals. As far as the highlight, the Too Faced highlight, the Fancy Pink Diamond, this was pretty. I love the packaging for the foremost. I love the packaging. I love how it looks like literally a diamond ring box, and I love the color. I feel like the intensity on it was not too bad. I feel like it was more on the luminous natural kind of finish. I really had to build it up to get it to the kind of pigmentation that I wanted, but for the most part I really do like it, and I feel like it is more so my type of highlight and not boom in your face. The Wonder Beauty, the Trip for Two with the bronzer and the blush, this was really good. I like it. I actually thought the bronzer was going to be more mellow, but once you put it on your skin it actually gets a little bit darker, but not to the point where it looked muddy. I feel like it looked really smooth. It goes good with my complexion. I would definitely use this again, as well as the blush as well. I never used this either, the Artist Couture Uncensored 2.0 lip gloss from artistcouture.com. This is bomb as fuck. I love the way it smelled. It smelled like peppermints. I love the way the applicator didn't have so much product on it, so I didn't feel like I need to dip back in it or dip back in it and to take some off. So I like how he did that, a little stopper to clean it off so it's not so much product on it. I love how it grips your lips and it just glides to the form of your lips. That was pretty cool. Never seen that before. So Mac Daddy, that was really smart on your end. I want to say again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I truly appreciate it, ladies. Always a pleasure. I hope I did justice in showing you guys how to create something really pretty from this palette. If you enjoyed watching me and you would love to see me again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, and also hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload. You don't want to miss a beat. I hope to see you guys again in my next video. Deuces.